Good morning. So, for some reason on my main channel, I recently get suggested so many videos, or not so many, a couple of videos that said something along the line, stop quitting playing video games, you ruin your lives, or don't be a loser, and don't play games and video games anymore, especially if you're over 40. And while to some degree I get from what perspective they are coming from, I wholeheartedly disagree. So let's dissect this a little bit without kind of repeating too much stuff of those videos. They were claiming that playing video games, especially if you are older, is a waste of time and kind of deteriorates your brain, and you should rather focus on stuff like working out, making money, be a man, and yeah, not all of them, but some of them kind of leaning into this alpha male kind of thought process. And while again, I don't really agree with that. I get where they're coming from. But this is definitely something that you can apply to anything if you do it too much. It's the same thing. If you are, for example, a fitness buff, if you train too much, if you only go to the gym, it's, in my humble opinion, basically the same thing as kind of overspending time on video games, which those people are arguing is destroying your life. Or if you are only about making money and making a name for yourself, if you only do that and you kind of disregard, for example, your human connections, your social connections, you disregard your friends, or even worse, your family, because you think, okay, I need to make so much money that I can provide an amazing life for my kid. But in the end, you don't spend any time with your kid. I would argue that is basically the same, or basically as worse as spending too much time on video games. So their argument is, if you play video games, especially if you play it too much, and that is what they are kind of using for the argument. They say, okay, if you're playing video games, you basically only play video games, and therefore you destroy your life and are wasting away your life and deteriorating your brain. And again, it's, if you look at it from this perspective of doing something to the extreme, that is right, but you can apply that to anything else as well. If you, for example, if you eat too much fast food, that's not good for you, obviously. But if you, for example, only eat stuff that is for fitness, let's say you only eat chicken and rice, and you push it to the extreme, you could actually also argue that that is not good for your health. Or if you only work and push that to the extreme, because as these people say, you need to be like successful, then there is, in my humble opinion, an argument that that is not good as well. So pushing everything, whatever it might be, to the extreme will cause your life to kind of, go just into one direction, and that probably can't be good either. So my argument is that video games and everything else, again, if you push it to its extreme, is not good. But if you use something or do something with purpose or with a specific goal in mind, and also find a good balance to integrate it into your life, then it can't be bad. As again, going back to video games, for me, as I've always been saying in these videos on my channel here, you know, the Bow -2, so my second channel, I like to utilize the time with video games as a tool to redirect my brain, to refresh it. Because especially with handheld devices, that I can keep at my work desk, for example. I work so much, and the older you get, the more responsibilities you have weighing on your shoulder. And it is so important to sometimes kind of switch off your brain, reset, and gain a fresh perspective. And for that, video gaming, in my humble opinion, is a very effective tool. So imagine you are at work, you're busy with whatever you're doing, and instead of just, in air quotes, just taking a break, which usually leads to continuous thinking about whatever you need to work on, instead of doing that, a simple break, I rather take my ROG Ally, for example, and play Witcher 3 for 15 minutes. And that's what I'm saying with kind of finding a balance. Play it for 15 minutes, taking a break, kind of diving into that storyline and completely resetting my mindset and my viewpoint, and then going back to work with a really fresh perspective because I resetted my brain, is so effective for my work environment. Because I just know sometimes we have things where we kind of spiral into a thought process, and we are so deep in that thought process that we have difficulties to kind of solve that issue. And then getting out of that and going back inside into that problem with a fresh perspective is extremely helpful. So that is why I think video gaming is not bad for you. It's just like anything else. You need to find the balance. You need to do it with moderation, and you need to really know why you're doing it. If you're playing video games for escapism, to not think about your problems, then yes, I also agree it's not good for you. But if you use it as a tool, as something to relax yourself in moderation, obviously, if you suddenly play 20 hours per day and you chuck down Red Bulls or Monster Energy drinks, obviously that's not good. It's all about moderation and finding a good balance and knowing why you do it. And then I think video gaming is not a bad thing. So yeah, that's just something that I really wanted to talk about, because for some reason on the second channel, it would have made sense that these videos would be suggested to me, but these were suggested to me on my main channel where I don't do anything about video gaming. So I found it very curious and I watched them, and yeah, again, it was looking at the topic video games from a very narrowed perspective, in my humble opinion. And yeah, so again, it's all about balance and moderation. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below, and maybe check out my Xbox ROG Ally review that I posted yesterday up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here, and don't forget to subscribe. Help me to get to 2,000 subscribers by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other in the next video. Thank you very much.